Hello, everybody. Today I want to talk to you about neck traction, why we do it, and the best way to do it. Now, the reason that we do the neck traction is number one, yes, it is a warm up. You would never see any athlete, even yourself, you would never go out and just run a mile or play a game of basketball or whatever the case may be without doing some sort of warm up or a stretch or something to just prepare yourself to take your body from a state of rest to a state of being active. And it's the same thing for your adjustment. We don't want to take your body from being in a state of rest to just adjusting you without any sort of warm up. So that's the reason that we have you do that, because it not only helps warm up the soft tissues of the discs, being the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, as well as the pumping the fluid in the discs, which is the main reason that we want to do this, even when we're not being adjusted, because this alone can help you fight spinal arthritis and degeneration in your neck alone, because it does help cycle that fluid in the discs because of the repetitive motion or the repetitive movement of doing it up and down 60 times, or even for some of you, I've heard like to do it more, which the benefit is that there is no drawback to doing too much. You can never have it go the opposite direction by getting extra credit on that. So that's the reason that we do it, is because we want to warm up your muscles. You want to warm up all the soft tissues, get the discs ready for an adjustment, so that you can really get the best adjustment that you can have. Now, the best way to do this, as I already alluded to, is going to be repetitively. And usually the shorter the duration, the better the benefit. So years ago, some of you may remember that we talked about holding it for somewhere between 2 to 3 seconds. Now, as the recommendations have updated, we are more along the lines of a 1 to 2 second hold. So it's going to be down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, the best way to do this is to think of yourself as you're going to sit into a chair, or as you're going to do a squat. So when you do a squat, you're going to keep your knees and behind your toe line so that you're not putting too much pressure on your knees. You're going to do the same thing when you are doing your neck traction. You're going to get your backside out, keep the knees behind the toes, and do a repetitive motion to get the best benefit. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can do this on the forehead. This is going to be, more or less for someone who has a jaw problem, or can't take as much extension in their neck, or somebody that just prefers it that way. The other way to do it would be to take this top piece here, put it underneath the chin, and that's going to allow you, when you go down, you're going to be able to get more extension out of your neck, which is going to be more range of motion, and ultimately a little bit better of a stretch. But for some people, that may be too much pressure. So if you like it on the forehead, that's okay as well. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk to you about are these 2 donuts here on the sides. Now, this is the newer variation. So for some of you older patients, you may have saw these and not realize what they're for. Now, what these do is these essentially just make the tube thicker. So there's 2 different ways to do this. The first that I'm going to show you is what's called the comfort position. So if you're somebody who has recently come in and you have a lot of neck pain, or you just have a lot of neck pain in general, or you just like a little bit of a fatter roll, it might find a little bit more comfortable, you can put these closer together. I'll put my hand here behind it, so maybe that doesn't help. But you can see that there is a slight gap between these 2. Here, I'll exaggerate it more. There's a slight gap between these 2. And basically what that's for is to allow the spinous, or the bony parts of your spine here in the back, to sit in there. And it's going to give you a little bit of a fatter roll. It's going to be a little bit more comfortable. Now, for someone who is not in neck pain, but does have ligament damage in their neck. So if you looked on your x-rays and you saw that you have an S curve in your neck, it doesn't look like a banana. Or the doctor has pointed out that you have ligament damage somewhere in your spine on your x-rays, putting these 2 are going to be together going to be the most beneficial for you, and doing the neck traction the same exact way that you're doing it with it, either on the forehead or underneath the chin. Now, this is a little bit different than the comfort position, but it essentially provides the same benefit of a thicker roll, more comfort, and easier to do on your neck. Now, the other thing I want to talk about was setting this up at home. Now, I brought out an old strap because I couldn't get one with the box, but it's essentially the same thing. It has this loop on the end. So the easiest way that I found to put this up at your house is to take this cord and just put it through the loop, and then take this entire unit and then to just put it through the hole as well. And then you'll find it'll be just pretty much connected, just like we have here at the office. It makes it very easy to, take it apart, put it together, take it apart. The other thing is that if it's too low for you, what you would need to do is you would need to tie a knot in this rope and then do the same thing as that I just mentioned. Some people have mentioned to me that their doors in their house won't accommodate for the box that we give them. Another variable on that is that if you have any part of your basement that is unfinished, you can get a bike hook and you can screw the bike hook into a floor joist and then hang this from the bike hook in the basement. So we used to give these away here, but they would have you too close to the door and it wouldn't give you the same benefit as, having the box or having it freestanding, similar to what we have here in the office here. You can see behind me here how this is offset and it comes away from the wall, and that helps you get more extension out of your neck and helps you get a better benefit out of the exercise. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them below and I will do my best to get to them. And as the young people are saying these days, smash that like button. Have a great day, guys. Take care.